What's up, guys? I finally have the living room to myself because my girlfriend Taylor just went to a 2 day retreat in Arizona, so I can record this video in peace without her poking me every 2 seconds from across the couch. And if we get lucky, maybe one of the kitties is also going to visit us in the background, but we'll see about that. I wanted to make this video because I have a huge announcement to make. 2 months ago, Taylor and I moved into the same apartment. And for me, it felt like such a risky move at first. I had those friends in my past that would start dating and they would love each other to death, at least that's what it seemed like. And then they would move in together, and only after a few months they would break up and it would be over. But they would sign those leases for like a year or even more sometimes, and they would have to either end them early or be in this horrible situation of having to live in the apartment because they are, of course, contractually obliged to it while hating the person that they live with. And I always thought it was such a terrible position to be in. And of course, me moving in with Taylor, I was in a way also afraid of that happening. You never truly learn about a person until you start living with them, because when you just start dating, you always try to bring your best foot forward into the relationship. You always try to look your best. It always seems like you feel great all the time when you guys are together. You're on this high of infatuation with each other. It's definitely not the same once you move in with each other, because once you move in, you see that person a lot. And trust me, there are going to be moments when some of their behaviors are going to really irritate you. They're going to really annoy you. I feel like that's why so many couples broke up over COVID, because they were really stuck with each other and they could not find any time for themselves alone, and they would just get so annoyed with each other over time that there was no other way but for them to break up. That's why divorce rates were so high back in the day, if you remember. But yeah, I just had a lot of doubts on that end. And of course, also, Taylor came to me as a package deal when we started dating. She wasn't just Taylor, she was Taylor, but also Lulu, Harriet, and Peppy. So, two kitties and a dog that came with her. So, I knew that if I were to move in with Taylor, I would also have to share some of those responsibilities with the pets. And now, sometimes I have to wake up at 5 in the morning and I have to take our little dog on a walk. Sometimes the little kitties are going to start a little party in the middle of the night and run across my body and try to claw my eyes out by accident because they're nocturnal animals and they want to play, and I will lose my sleep. And it's just those little things that happen. I had to do so much stuff around the house. Taylor basically gave me a full time job of building up all this furniture and doing all these things. And yeah, I no longer have the opportunity to just wake up at 10 in the morning on a Saturday and play video games all day and then just go to the gym for 1 or 2 hours, come home and then do whatever the heck I want and keep my apartment messy all the time like what guys do, because my responsibilities now are different and I have this little family to take care of. And of course, there are so many challenges that you experience in your relationship. Things just come up, like nitpicking on each other's behavior. Like, for example, I hated how Taylor was stacking up the dishwasher the first month after moving in because it to me just felt so weird and disorganized. And I'm a pretty structured person, so I like to stack up my dishwasher in a very particular way. And that was annoying the crap out of me for why she was doing it that way. And on the other hand, Taylor was getting annoyed every time I was shaving and some of the hairs were in the sink and I wasn't fully washing them down properly. And that was annoying her. So it's all these little nitpicks that kind of happen throughout that can really irritate, you or your partner. But there's also other challenges. Of course, as a girl, Taylor goes through the hormonal cycle every single month, and I quickly learned that the luteal phase is the time when you have to be most present and you have to be there for her the most because she's going through a time when she's really feeling down. And it started really explaining to me like why she feels a certain way, why she doesn't always feel her best, why she's not always in the mood, why she doesn't always want to do fun things and go out and do all the cool stuff that couples do on their date nights. It's because of that. And you learn about these things and you learn about each other's imperfections. You learn how both of you look like with your crazy nest on your head after you wake up in your bed. It's all of these different things. At first, you can't even sleep together in the same bed because, as somebody who's been single for a while, or has not had a long-term relationship, I'm not used to sleeping with a partner in my bed every single day. And just having that person right next to me mentally was throwing me off. I couldn't sleep with her for months at first. So it's all these little things that come up. But at the same time, I just feel like I also gained so much. Now I have this little family to take care of. My little puppy is waiting for me every day after I come home from work. He's sitting on the porch and waiting for daddy. My little kitties, they cuddle with me every time Taylor and I watch TV for movie night or just at night in bed after they're done throwing their party over my face and over my body. And Taylor herself, she texts me every day. She's like, "Baby, I'm waiting for you to come home. I miss you so much." And she cooks me dinner and she pampers me. And we have our little nighttime routine when we do each other's cuticles and the hair oil and all these different things that to me before just made absolutely no sense. And I just feel like I'm cared for and I'm pampered. And I have to be here for my family to protect them because they're so fragile. And now that, of course, we also live in this new neighborhood, it's Los Angeles, so no neighborhood is 100% safe. So even though it's relatively safe here, I still don't fully trust the homeless people around and some of the crazy people that once in a while come up here. So I don't even let Taylor go outside if I'm at home by herself to walk the dog because I know that I have to protect her. And this feeling has just really taken the purpose and the meaning of my life to the next level. I've always been about purpose. Like I've always been very business oriented and also fitness oriented. Like I've been on a fitness journey for like over 7 years now. So I've always had this like level of purpose in my life, but this little family and the responsibility that came with it, I feel like it really took it to the absolute next level. And it also really made mine and Taylor's relationship together so much stronger because yeah, we had challenges, we had issues, we had to deal with each other's imperfections, but because we adapted this mentality of me and you versus the problem as opposed to me versus you, we have really been able to resolve them and we came out on top. We came out a lot stronger. Our communication now is just so much better. We bring up the problem pretty much immediately after it arises and we communicate with each other. Something like, "Baby, what you said, it doesn't make me feel good. I want to talk about this more so you can understand where I'm coming from, and I want to also understand where you're coming from so we can resolve this issue and we don't have to deal with this ever again going forward." And I just feel like it really leveled things up for me, and my personal growth has absolutely skyrocketed because of this. I feel like my life now just goes beyond just myself. Yes, I did lose the so-called freedom, but I feel like what I've gained instead of that has been 100% worth it. So if you're in this situation who is also, you're a guy and you're dating a girl and you really feel like she's the right one, move in with her. Don't delay. There's absolutely no point of delaying the inevitable. If you're going to break up with her, just break up with her as soon as you can. If you're going to actually take things to the next level, don't delay moving in with her because the longer you wait, the longer you are just not learning everything about her that you can learn that would tell her that she's truly the right person for you to spend the rest of your life with and marry or whatever else you want to do. So even though a lot of people always tell me and Taylor that we kind of rushed it, we moved in together after only 7 months of dating each other, I don't think we did because I knew that she was the right girl for me and I hope that she knew that I was the right guy for her. And just trusting my gut has really helped me make this decision that eventually leveled up my life. And even though it was not without doubts and it was not without its own challenges, I just feel like I'm a whole different person now. And my life went to a different stage, and it's a new beginning for me. And I'm going to grow even more as a result of this. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you found it valuable. If you are in the same situation as I used to be a couple of months ago, or maybe you are planning to be in this situation soon, maybe you just started recently dating somebody. I hope you find this video valuable. And yeah, thank you very much, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.